for the colleagues from Euro Guidance, I need to be signed to host so I can share my screen.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. Back to the computer, and I'm making you a co-host as we speak.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you're now a co-host. I just like to introduce that this is workshop practice example, Get Ready, Enroll at University by Katarina Milanovic and Jelena Radivojevic from Serbia. So if you are not, if this is not your workshop, please do change it. You will find all the links in your email, and we are good to start in 2 or 3 minutes. So Jelena, the floor is yours.
Yeah, this one is my workshop, so everything is okay now. Hello to everyone. I hope you're all here and that we can start. My name is Jelena Radivojevic. I'm from Serbia and I work at high school students dormitory Jelica Milovanovic in Belgrade. Today I will talk about project Get Ready, Enroll at University. And for start, okay, now it's okay. This is a part of cooperation between high school students dormitories in Belgrade, University of Belgrade, and the Center for Career Development and Students Counseling. Here you can see the list of high school students dormitories that were involved in this program. And as I said, I will represent a high school students dormitory, Jelica Milovanovic. High school students dormitory Jelica Milovanovic is a type of dormitory for all types of students from different schools. And we work with students in age of 15 to 18. And the students' dormitory exists in this form from year 1947. On the left picture, you can see our main building in Krunska 8th Street. And beside this one, we have 2 more separated buildings. On the right side, there is a picture of Jelica Milovanovic, who was a teacher and a war activist. As I said, our institution consists of 3 separated buildings with 109 rooms in total. 2 objects are only for girls. 3rd one is for boys and girls, and it is the biggest one. On those photos, you can see their sleeping rooms, and there is also a photo of bathroom in one of those buildings. Students also have the library where they can study, and here is a photo of their canteen where they go to their breakfasts, lunches, and dinner. There are also different places for recreations, and beside those places, we often organize going to cinema, theater, museums and different sport events. People who work here are teachers, pedagogues, and psychologists, and their main role is to help in adaptation to school and a new living place, especially in September. When they come to us, they have only 14 or 15 years, and they're separating from their families at the moment, and that can be very stressful for them. So they need to adapt to new environment, to new school, new friends, new people with they're going to share their rooms. So the September is really, really hard for them to adjust to something totally new, because they often come from small cities in Serbia or rural places. And when they come to a capital city, it can be very confusing for them. They sometimes get lost at the way from school to dormitory, and they're frightened from all those new things that are happening to them. So we are here to help them, to give them psychological support, to tell them that everything is normal, that they will get used to the new way of life. So especially is important our psychological role in their adaptation to a new living place and to school. And for one number of them, this is the only way to be in a capital city, because they often come from rural areas with low financial income. So the high school students' dormitory is really the only way to be in a capital city and to go to school here and to get some more chances for faculty and a job in some point of their life. Our role is also to motivate them for learning and achieving success in school. We often go to schools, talk with their school teachers about their grades, about their behavior in school. So we're like second parents to them. We take care of them because when they're not in schools, they're in the dormitories with us. We also encourage them to participate in extracurricular activities, both in school and in the dormitories. We, as teachers, organize more than 20 sections in a dormitory for their free time. Sections like art section, musical, sports section, basketball, volleyball, and stuff like that. And we also assist them in socialization and development of empathy and tolerance, because those are very important parts when they have to live with other people, when they have to live in collective. They need to learn to develop a tolerance for each other, to accept that there are other kids with their needs and their behavior and their different thoughts from them. So the empathy and tolerance and compromises are very important part of life in dormitory. And also life skills development, because they need to learn to take care of themselves when they are in a big city, and when they finish their high schools and go to college after living in a dormitory, they're really ready for real life. And that would be all about us. If you have any questions about our work, you can ask me now or at the end of the presentation. About the project, it's called Get Ready, Enroll at University, and it is created by Center for Career Development and University of Belgrade in the year 2016. It represents the part of the short-term strategy for improving support and assistance to students at the University of Belgrade. The main objective of this program is to provide support and empower young people from underrepresented groups to enter and successfully advance in the higher education system. Until now, it was more than 400 participants, and this project got first prize at the National Euroguidance competition in the year 2018. Who can be a part of this project? Our main target group, as I said, are students from underrepresented areas, such as students with disabilities, students from families with low financial income, members of Roma nationality, students from rural areas, students without parental care, like single parent and foster families, and also students from families in which no one has finished college. And the main part of these projects are professional orientation, psychological support, and financial benefits that presents the main part of this project and the most important part. As I said, program is designed to empower high school graduates in finding relevant information, taking responsibility for decision making, setting goals, as well as raising awareness of their potentials and space for development. And that financial relief that comes in the form of free preparation and exemption from paying the costs of entrance exam. Program consists of chats with representatives of the faculty of university. More than 20 faculties are involved in this program. We call these chat orientation hours. There are educational workshops, cooperation with faculties on providing individual participants with financial relief during enrollment, and individual consultations of participants with Center for Career Development advisors. Every faculty that is involved in this program contributed in the way they could. For example, some faculties have free preparation. They organized preparation classes for entrance exam, and they offered one specific number for free for our students to go to those preparatory classes, and the other ones who didn't have that kind of benefit, they offered a free entrance exam, because in Serbia, high school graduates who want to get assigned to faculty, they need to pass the entrance exam, and they have to pay for that. So if they want to go to entrance exam to two faculties, for example, they have to pay the entrance exam on both of them. So when they get a free entrance exam, they are really motivated to go to that faculty and to sign in and to finish that faculty. Before the whole program started, we just wanted to know what are the needs of our students, and we asked them, so they listed some things that concerns them about enrollment. First of all was the issue of entrance exam. In Serbia, entrance exam for faculties are very specific, because every faculty has specific subjects that students need to prepare to get to entrance exam. For example, in Faculty of Chemistry, you need to do the test from chemistry, and you need the specific literature, specific tasks. So it's not enough that you have studied chemistry in your high school. You need to be prepared for a specific kind of test. And that's the thing for all faculties. That's why they're so afraid of these entrance exams. Also, they're afraid of competition, worry about whether they made the right decision. That is the question that's bothering them whole last year of their high school education. And they also think that they won't be able to cope with the stress during the entrance exam. And information that they were needed were about the necessary literature for the preparation of entrance exam, terms of holding preparatory classes. As I said, not every faculty has those preparatory classes. They need information about term and the form of entrance exam, necessary documentation, number of points is also very important for them, because when they get to the entrance exam, they need to have certain number of points that will be enough for them to enroll at university, but also to get the scholarship, because if they don't have scholarship, they won't be able to get the students' dormitory, and if they don't have this benefit, great number of them doesn't have financial income to pay the rent of the flat in Belgrade. So the number of points is very important for them. If they don't have enough points, they don't have a chance to study in Belgrade. And also they needed information about the difficulty of studies and differences between some programs, and also opportunity for job. That's also one of the most important questions for them. If I finish this faculty, can I have a job after that? Where can I work with that faculty? After we had the idea of their needs, of their lack of information, we organized orientation hours for them. And it was a chance to have a conversation with representatives of the faculty of the University of Belgrade. In 2018, it was in a rectorate building, and here are some photos from that event. Students got a chance to talk with professors, assistants, and students from more than 20 different faculties. So they had a chance to get the information from first hand. They were very excited about this opportunity. And in the year 2019, the event took place in the Library of High School Students Dormitory, Jelica Milovanović. This was an interesting event because not only high school graduates were here, but also students from second and third year, because they know that these things are waiting for them in their last years, so they wanted to know some information in advance. So it was quite interesting. The most popular was Faculty of Medicine and Pharmacy, I think. This is the project logo for workshops. It's on the Serbian language. And the psychological support was realized through a series of workshops that aimed to empower students in learning about their potentials, effective learning and time planning, fighting the fear, and help them to pass the entrance exam with more confidence. There were 6 workshops. First one was decision making, about recognizing one's own decision-making style and perceiving its strengths and weaknesses. So the questions that they were arguing with was what external and internal factors can influence their decisions, or how did they choose the right college, which is the most important question for them. Second one was to get to know your potentials, about their own capacities and weaknesses, and what potentials can they use in the coming period. Third one was learn easily, learn how, about learning techniques, motivation to learn, and self-discipline, and why it's important that they have their own learning style and learn different learning techniques, and about learning plan. Fourth one was planning and organization of time, about the importance of good organization time, setting small goals and setting priorities, because this is very important when they get the faculty to know how to organize their time and their priorities. Fifth one was how to develop self-confidence, about developing awareness of their own values, about taking responsibility for their actions, and about developing crises as a challenge for growth. And the last one was fighting fear, anxiety, and stress, about developing strategies for overcoming fear and anxiety, especially fear and stress about the entrance exam, and also the tolerance of failure. After the project was over, we wanted to know what are the thoughts of our students about this project, what they think of it. This project helped them? So when we saw those answers, we knew that we have responded to all those questions that they had, and this is the voice of our students about the project. So Alexander says, thanks to this program, I found out a lot of useful information and I got enrolled at university. Workshops were very helpful and I learned some new skills. Jovana says, I was very happy when I got the free preparation for entrance exam. I found out answers to my question about studying, and I think this is one great program. Verica says, workshops were so helpful for my psychological preparation for entrance exam. Financial relief also contributed to my enrollment at university. And Veljko says, I would like to thank you all in this project for a chance to get free preparation classes for entrance exam. I don't think I could get enrolled at university if I didn't have this benefit. Psychological workshops were also helpful because of the stress and the fear of failure. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, just a second.
Do you have access to the materials used in the workshops, or are you allowed to share them? Maybe not here, but on an email in private. I was wondering if we could collaborate or something.
I don't have, okay.
Okay.
I personally don't have that material because the workshops were with Center for Career Development. They were involved in this project also. We were just participants from one side, and we helped our students to documentation, to guide them through this program. But Center for Career Development was the one who organized those workshops, so they have the material for workshops.
So is it possible maybe to contact them? Are there some contact data, or can I find them on the internet?
Yes, they have an internet, they have their email address, so you can send them email. You can say that you have been watching this presentation and that you're interested for those workshops.
Yeah, because we have activities with high school students for enrolling in a university or finding a job, which sound quite similar. And I was curious about if I can steal some new ideas. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other question? Okay, if you don't have a question for me, I have prepared some questions for you. So Ružica has typed here Center for Career Development. If you can see, here is their internet address. Okay. So now Ružica will share with us questions for you. So some main instructions. You need to open a new tab and to type www.menti.com and use this code so you can see your questions. So first question is, in scale 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst and 10 is the best, you need to evaluate cooperation of universities and high schools in your city or country. 7 people has answered the questions.
Do you need any help, or are we waiting for?
No, I'm just waiting for if anyone else wants to answer. So if that's it, we can go to the second question. So second question for you is an open type of question. In your opinion, what are the things that universities can do, and what are those things that high schools can do to get near grade 10? So because the idea of our project was to contact high school students, dormitories, high schools, and faculties to get connected to each other. So what are those things that your universities or your high schools can do for each other? For this comment to upgrade the cooperation, I suppose, do you have any concrete idea? Do you have some plan, some specific part of action that it can be used? Cooperation projects, I agree. Organizing meetings, visit from, yeah, that is great idea. Visit from uni students and staff in high schools, having open doors days, when high school students can visit and take part of courses. This is a very great idea because we as a students dormitory from last year organize open doors for students from elementary schools. When they're finished in Serbia, it is elementary from 1st to 8th grade, then it's a secondary school. And our main target are students from 8th grade. So we organize open doors for them to introduce to our students' dormitory. And that's a great way for faculties to organize something like that for high school graduates. Okay, support transition, perform continuous graduate tracking. Yes, I agree. More projects like this, yes. I had this presentation on our seminar in Serbia with other people from students' dormitories in other cities, because this is a program on Belgrade University, and we also have university in Niš, Kragujevac, and Novi Sad. And they were very enthusiastic about this project. They were asking us how we organize something like this. Can they also organize? And we said, of course, just contact the university in Kragujevac or in Niš, get in touch with them, tell them about the project, and they can also be involved in something like this. So it's not necessary for Belgrade. We just got into this project, so everyone can. I can tell from my experience that pupils in orientation want to have all the information about some college, about students' life, and what can they actually work when they finish some college. Yes, that was the most important information for them. Our students, they all really know about living in the dormitory, but they have some how can I say, they're not in total free. For example, in our dormitory, they have to be, when evening comes, they have to be until 22 in dormitories. They can't be outside if their parents don't know where they are. They can sleep with their, without, they can sleep outside the dormitory only if their parents tell us that that's okay. They don't have a free time for everything. We are here to worry about them. But in the students' dormitory, they can go wherever they want. They don't have that kind of control. So that's very interesting for them. But that's about this student life. And about the work, that's the most important thing that they want to know when they talk with their students from different faculties. Which way is the best for them to find a job, which program on some faculty. You have some programs that they're more popular than others, and that is what they need to know, on what program to go to have a bigger chance to find a job. Okay, that's everything. Can we go to the second question, the third, exactly. In scale 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst and 10 is the best, you need to evaluate how much young people in your country are mobilized and encouraged to continue their education. Because if you have in mind, this project is for students from underrepresented areas, with areas where they don't get enough support to go to college. Okay, 6.4, this is one average grade. Okay, does everyone else wants to answer, or we can go to next? Okay, next question, and the last one. Do you have any suggestions about the steps that can be made by universities and high schools to improve that grade? So to empower students from underrepresented areas, to help them to know what their potentials are, to inform them about the programs that they have a chance to go, or something like that.